culture strives for a homemade vintage lifestyle. A mentality of recycling and representation of old products has become the norm, creating a hyperreality of the obsession of the past. Hipsters are complex and contradictory. The hipster lifestyle does not allow for a projection of the future, but rather it's more of a middle ground. Hipsters are both stuck in the past and striving to be progressive. Hipster culture innovates for the future, but preserves the simulation of authentic craftsmanship. Hipster culture is everywhere in LA and nowhere in LA. Hipster culture is organic and local, but their gardens are man-made. Hipster culture embraces eco-friendly transportation, but is a slave to the freeway system. Hipster culture is well-informed, but exclusive to their participants. Hipster culture is self-absorbed and blind to the social problems in LA they are a part of.
One of the most recent areas gentrified by hipsters is Silver Lake. Silver Lake has become a popular hipster destination in Los Angeles and America in general, being named the hippest hipster neighborhood in America by Forbes magazine. Based off the number of coffee shops, food trucks, vintage stores, and farmers markets per square mile, these types of places have become the epitome of hipster lifestyle.
Because our world is so destabilized by the media, it's impossible to say what is really going on. The media has attempted to aestheticize hipster culture through the depiction of the hipster lifestyle. The film geeks are now representing themselves in the media, from expressing their aesthetic in music, or Portland promoting the dream of the 90s as a nerdy and weird costume to be celebrated, to Silver Lake residents making a parody web series of their lives called Hipsterhood, creating the modern nerdy love story set in their own hometown coffee shop, a painstakingly intellectual awkwardness that provides a happy ending to their obscure ideas and insecurities, making viewers wish they lived an LA hipster life.
But there is no real hipster. There are only ways of talking about the same things, with competing versions and simulations of reality, which are designed to seduce us, convincing us that we need to idolize the hipster and accept their existence. With recent developments in the arts district, a new type of hipster is born, with different stylistic values and a lifestyle catered to the downtown arts scene.
Perfect.
My name is Lindsay, and this is our shop, Alchemy Works. So we work with our own brand and in that particular store. So this is kind of the expansion of a lot of different brands that we wanted to see both in the neighborhood as well as have a presence, that we thought that our same customer would really like. It's everything from home and apothecary to men's, women's, arts, as well as the vintage car in the middle of the shop, and everything's for sale. So it's kind of priced from high to low and kind of how people shop, I think, which is, they buy things really expensive and they pair it with something that's really cheap, and they live lifestyle like that, as well as they shop like that and people eat like that. It's kind of like both people that lived down here for a long time, like before it was kind of what it is now, which is like the cool shopping district. And those are definitely like artisans and galleries and makers of different kinds, whether it's like metalwork or woodwork or something like that. And then the new blood of people that are coming down here are more like shops and restaurant owners and coffee shops and things like that, are definitely more, kind of independent thinkers, creative people for sure. There's a lot of creative office space, but doing a lot of interesting projects in really beautiful buildings that are kind of just being developed.
My name is Steven. I am from Boyle Heights. It's a little pueblo east of downtown LA. Now it's just a city east of downtown LA, and I was born and raised here my entire life. Still do live here, and it's primarily a Latino based community. About like 98% Latino, but just recently a lot of younger folks are moving into the community, and what I like about it is that it's very, I don't know, my parents always told me that it's very much like Mexico from where they're from, and it reminds them of the communities that they're from. My mom's from Michoacan, and my dad's from Chihuahua, and they both were born and raised here when they moved here when they were about 10 or 11, so they got both sides in terms of like what it means to be Mexican in Mexico, like what it means to be Mexican American here. So this is Susan Travis Street. This is probably the most famous street in Boyle Heights.
Why is it famous?
It's famous because this is the part of town where there's a lot of small markets and a lot of vendors, like a lot of entrepreneurs, I guess. And then,
Oh my god.
Guys! This is kind of cool.
Boyle Heights.
see, so I was kind of right. This is like the mecca of yeah. Interesting.
With Silver Lake serving as a prime example of recent gentrification, we hope that Boyle Heights does not lose its cultural identity with upcoming developments. While more business owners will be Latinos, past gentrification in other neighborhoods that once had low property rates, such as Silver Lake, Echo Park, and Arts District, have shown us what the trend could look like.
The state of Boyle Heights now rests in the future decisions and adaptations of a rising generation of independent thinkers who will embrace and coexist with the existing culture, not force the existing economy to adapt to the rest of LA tourism.